We are going to hear from a couple members of our federal delegation, but I'd like to acknowledge other elected officials here today, starting with myself. I'm Calvin Ball, your Howard County Executive. We also have Senator Katie Fry Hester and Delegate Gabe Moreno, both off of very fantastic sessions in Annapolis. Thank you both for your service. And I want to thank every one of you for joining us this fine morning, and especially welcome Senator Chris Van Hollen and Congresswoman Sarah Elfreth. I also want to extend my deep appreciation to Senator Alsobrooks, who was unable to be here today. From my time on the County Council, which started 20 years ago today, I believed in a vision for Columbia, a vision for that next chapter that was laid out in the Downtown Columbia Plan, a vibrant, inclusive community where the arts, culture, and affordable housing come together. The Performing Arts Center and Artist Flats project brings that vision to life. This project represents what powerful partnerships and public investment can truly do for a community. Our new Performing Arts Center and Artist Flats will be a beacon for creativity and connection, home to a 340-seat dinner theater, 200-seat black box theaters, a public gallery, dance studios, classrooms, and more. It will become the realization of an impactful investment in both our creative economy and the next generation of performers, educators, and enthusiasts of the arts. We are standing right now in what will become the new lobby for Toby's Dinner Theater. For more than 45 years, Toby's Dinner Theater has been a staple in Howard County and throughout the Baltimore-Washington region. It's a place where families have made memories across generations, where emerging performers found their confidence, where audiences have laughed, cried, and been inspired together. A place where community happens, a place where Toby Ornstein's vision came to life and continues to thrive today. Last week, I spoke with Mindy, Toby's daughter, and as Toby is getting to her final curtain call, a fabulous finale of a life well lived, it was a reminder that behind every institution we treasure, there are extraordinary people whose passion and persistence make dreams reality, hopes realized. Toby, who, when I connected with Mindy today, is still singing, by the way. She gave our county and frankly our nation far more than theater. She gave us a gathering place, a place to connect and belong, a legacy of joy that will live for generations. Her impact on Howard County cannot be measured in performances or productions, but in the lives she touched in the community that she has helped build. It is befitting that we honor Toby's legacy, and we also recognize this chapter of the Performing Arts Center and Artist Flats is built upon the same spirit of community, creativity, and opportunity. The second element of this project, Artist Flats, will bring 174 mixed income homes to one of the most desirable locations in Maryland. Through this empowering opportunity, we exemplify the convergence of opportunity and access. I want to thank our federal delegation for their continued support of important projects like these, which is one of 3 FY26 federal investments we are recognizing today. This moment reflects what partnership between local and federal government should look like. It's thoughtful, it's practical, and it's centered on people. Today, on behalf of Howard County, I'm honored to accept the more than $6.2 million in federal funding for critical Howard County projects that will strengthen our infrastructure, improve public safety, expand opportunity, and support our residents for years to come. Thank you. This investment includes funding for Artist Flats apartments, helping us create more affordable mixed-income housing, as well as funding for Guilford Road pedestrian and bicycle improvements, making our transportation network safer and more centered and connected for families, students, and commuters. Additionally, this investment will help fund facilities upgrades and equipment for public safety during storms, ensuring our emergency shelters and community centers are prepared to serve residents during severe weather and emergencies. And finally, there is also funding for STEM Forward, expanding educational opportunities for our young people and preparing the next generation of innovators, engineers, and leaders right here in Howard County. Now, I had the honor of becoming your county executive in December of 2018. Since 2019, Howard County has secured at least $139 million in direct federal funding. That includes more than $63 million through the American Rescue Plan, more than $20 million in congressionally directed spending for local projects, and tens of millions of more in direct federal support for county priorities. This funding is in addition to the $75 million in Vital Water Infrastructure Finance and Innovation Act, or WIFIA funding, from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency to assist with the biggest county project in our history, our North Tunnel. These strategic investments have helped us improve roads, transit, reduce flooding in Ellicott City, expand affordable housing, strengthen public safety, support workforce development, and invest in the long-term resilience of our community. This is what federal partnership looks like. And when it works, it looks like safer streets. It looks like stronger neighborhoods. It looks like more opportunity for working families. It looks like making sure Howard County remains a place where people can afford to live, raise a family, grow a business, and build a future. These investments are real projects, real services, and real improvements in people's daily lives. So today, we say thank you. Thank you to Senator Van Hollen. Thank you to Senator Alsobrooks. Thank you to Congresswoman Elfreth. And thank you to our entire federal delegation for fighting for Howard County and the great state of Maryland and making sure our priorities are heard in Washington. Now, I would be remiss if I also didn't thank a couple of my retired friends, and Senator Ben Cardin and Congressman John Sarbanes. I want to thank also our local teams who work every day to turn these dollars into real results for our residents. And thank you to the Howard County residents, those who trust in partnership and continue to guide this work every single day. We're proud of what we've accomplished together, but even more importantly, we're excited for what comes next. Because when we invest in arts and culture and housing and infrastructure and education and an opportunity, we're investing in the future of Howard County. We're investing in the future of the world. Thank you. So I have 3 jobs. First, to acknowledge our elected officials who are here. Second, to thank our federal delegation for their investment. And third, to invite up one of my dear friends, a leader who continues to fight the good fight in Washington, D.C. to ensure that all of us have a voice, all of us are seen, all of us know that in some of our most difficult and challenging times, we have a champion. And that champion is Senator Chris Van Hollen. Come on up here.
Thank you, Calvin. And it's always wonderful to be here in Howard County. It's especially wonderful to be here to celebrate some good news. And I do want to start by thanking your County Executive Ball, on his long, but more importantly, successful and effective tenure in public service, beginning in County Council, but now as your County Executive, and he is running very hard through the finish line, as we can see. Let's join us together in thanking County Executive Calvin Ball. And thank you for leading Howard County with both your heart and your head and making it a community that welcomes everybody. It's also great to be here, and I know they've been introduced, but to Senator Katie Fry Hester, to Delegate Moreno, a newer member of the delegation, thank you both for all you did. Having served in the General Assembly, I know that it's always challenging to get a lot done in 90 days. And you get a lot more done in 90 days than we in Congress get done in 365 days sometimes. So thank you all for your doing. Also, and you're going to hear from them in a bit, we have another community partner in the Chinese American Parent Association who's got the STEM program. And Len Deng, who's the executive director, is with us with part of her team. So thank you for joining us and for all you do. Now, we are here to highlight a couple very important priorities and projects and to demonstrate the power of partnership. And when I say we, I mean Congresswoman Sarah Elfreth, who's been a big star on Federal Team Maryland. Got good training in the Maryland General Assembly, but hit the ground running and has really run with the baton that she inherited from John Sarbanes. And also, and she couldn't be here today, but a terrific partner in the United States Senate, Senator Angela Alsor-Brooks. And I want to thank her for all of her partnership in this. And she also picked up the baton from Ben Cardin. And we work very closely as Team Maryland. And I have to say that at a time when, if you look at Washington, D.C., you probably think of division and polarization and gridlock. It is nice to be able to celebrate that power of partnership and getting things over the finish line. So thank you to Congresswoman Elfreth and members of Team Maryland. We work very, very closely together. And as you heard from the county executive, we are here to announce a federal investment just for this year. There have been lots more in the past. Thank you for highlighting that. We always appreciate it. But just in this year, we were able to get through the appropriations process, which is heavily scrutinized, of an investment of $6.2 million for Howard County projects. Three of those are projects in partnership directly with Howard County government. The other is with the Chinese American Parent Association and their STEM project. And you're going to hear a little bit more about all of them. I'm going to focus on two, and Congresswoman Elfreth is going to focus on two. You see, we have a good division of labor and good teamwork. So I'm going to start with the project that brings us to this particular site, which is this combination of Artists Flats and the Performing Arts Center. And I want to thank all of the folks who are part of this construction team for moving this project forward, both the folks on the county side and the folks on the Waiting Turner side, everybody who's been part of this project, because it obviously takes everybody working together to get something over the finish line. And it is exciting to have this combination between the Performing Arts Center and Artists Flats. The funds that we're providing, which is $2 million to this project, is focused primarily on the Artists Flat piece, but this is obviously a combination project and all the pieces need to come together. And that's because Congresswoman Elfreth and Senator Alsor-Brooks and I are very focused, as are all of you, on creating more affordable housing in Howard County. We want to have a community where people who work here can afford to live here and enjoy what the arts here and other amenities have to offer. And too often these days, it is very hard for people to be able to afford to live where they work. And so this is an effort, it's part of the overall effort to change that going forward. And that is why we provided that $2 million investment in this project. And we look forward to continuing to work with you and your team. When's the ribbon cutting here? A couple years from now, I assume. All right. We'll invite you back, Mr. County Executive. The other project that I wanted to touch on was the pedestrian bicycle improvements at Guilford Road in Jessup. This will support more safety improvements along that, say, a segment of Guilford Road, which obviously will create more safer paths for hikers and bikers and everybody else. And it's, again, part of making our communities livable and making sure that people can enjoy all of the spaces within a community without having to worry about being, hit by a car or other safety issues. And so as we work with the county, we look for these opportunities to help fill gaps in various projects going forward, and we're very pleased to support that project as well. There are the other two projects, but I'm not going to take the suspense out of those projects. Let me just close with this. When Congresswoman Elfreth and Senator Alsobrooks and I get requests, and we get lots of requests. In the Senate, we get requests from all over the state. Congresswoman Elfreth gets requests from all over her congressional district. Obviously, we have to determine what our priorities are. And we also have to be mindful of the fact that we have to persuade all our colleagues to support these public investments. And so we do look for those projects that, number one, have support within the community, where there are other stakeholders and partners involved, like this, because that's a sign that people have buy-in. And then we also look for projects that really will make a difference in a community, whether it's in affordable housing, whether it's in more walkable communities, whether it's in helping young people with STEM, whether it's working these other things. And these four projects really met that test. So thank you all for being part of this effort and demonstrating the power of partnership to do good things in our community, in our state. And with that, let me bring up a real partner in the Congress and just a key player with Team Maryland, and that is Congresswoman Sarah Elfreth.
Thank you so much, Senator Van Hollen, and to County Executive Ball for having the vision for so many of these projects, and the staff who are here. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank them, because when we brainstorm about these projects, you and I sit at that table, but then our staffs get to work and do all the nitty-gritty of submissions and the dozens of community support letters that are required to make sure we can justify, the senators and I can justify these projects to our colleagues from across the country. Senator Van Hollen mentioned Team Maryland, and I love just expanding on that point a little bit, because it means obviously the federal delegation who work in lockstep together. And folks, there are 49 other delegations, state delegations in the Congress, and I can tell you unequivocally the Maryland delegation, from start to finish of a project, constituent issues, everything. We work together, our staffs work together to deliver for our constituents. But it's more than just, Team Maryland's more than just that, of course. It's our incredible local partners in the county executives and the county councils. It's our wonderful partners at the State House. I'm a little biased, having just come from serving in the state Senate, but to Senator Hester, who is here, and Delegate Moreno. These projects, I think, are also so critical, and we're an easy sell to our colleagues, because they also represent the teamwork of local funding, state funding, and federal funding coming together to make sure we have the most competitive project possible, but also that we don't announce funding for a project that then isn't shovel ready because the other pieces aren't aligned. As you're seeing, we are announcing funding for a project that has already been shovels in the ground and midway through, which I think maximizes the taxpayer investment, but also maximizes our ability to deliver for our constituents in such a joint way. As the senator said, we don't get to share much good news coming out of DC lately. But he, Senator Alsobrooks, and myself really do look for those moments and those opportunities to focus on what really matters to our constituents. And I just want to highlight the questions I think that I get when I'm in the community that are answered by the 4 projects we are announcing today. Questions like, are my 20-something or 30-something-year-old kids going to be able to afford to live in Howard County when they graduate from college and get a job here? I think we're helping to answer that question here with 174 new affordable housing units. Questions like, is it safe for me to cross the street or walk to any local small business from my house along Guilford Road? And we're answering that question in these funding projects. I'm very excited representing Anne Arundel County and Howard County. One of the very many similarities between these jurisdictions is the threat of extreme weather, be it flooding as we're seeing in Ellicott City, or extreme heat, or crazy changes in temperature as we're experiencing today from last week. We need to make sure our public spaces, including our 50+ centers, are hubs not just for activity, but God forbid, hubs of safety when we experience extreme weather, heat or cold or flooding, etc. And to answer where do I go in an emergency, we are answering that today with these upgrades to the North Laurel Community Center and Elkridge 50+ centers. And greedy self-interest, Mr. County Executive, those are also going to serve residents of Anne Arundel County because they're so nearby. So we're getting a lot of bang for our buck in that particular project. And then lastly, the Chinese American Parent Association, answering the question, how do I ensure my children are set up for the jobs of the future? How are we being dynamic in, yes, our formal education system, but also all of the other opportunities, the extracurriculars, and everything else that CAPA brings to the table? And Senator, if you've not yet judged one of their showcases, these students work together for months on end as a team to help identify solutions to problems in the community. And it's one of my favorite events every year. And I know that this investment in furthering STEM education opportunities is going to maximize their just incredible potential and bright futures. So these are not just, I hope you see, not just one-off projects, but I think these are in fact models for the rest of the state and hopefully the rest of the country. And that's why they were so dynamic to the federal delegation. That's why they were such an easy sell to our colleagues. That's why I know Senator Alsobrooks, if she could be here, would agree that we are over-kicking our coverage, Mr. County Executive, and delivering for Howard County because the pieces of that success have already been laid in your foundation and the foundation of our nonprofit partners here today. So I'm just so thrilled to be a part of Team Maryland. We have not gotten very many of these good, joyous moments since I've joined the Congress. But I'm so excited to be with you all here today because, again, this is about us delivering for the needs, the direct needs, wants, opportunities, aspirations of our constituents. But we could not do that alone, which is why I'm so thrilled to have the County Executives Partnership, CAPA's partnership, and the partnership of the Howard County Housing Commission. And so I'd like to turn it over to the chair of that commission, Jacqueline West Spencer, who is going to deliver this project on time and on budget. I'm so certain.
On time and on budget. We have a great team that can really pull that together, and we're just grateful to be here, and thank you for all of the resources that have come together for this project. On behalf of the Housing Commission Board and our staff, I want to thank Senator Van Hollen, Senator Alsobrooks, and Congresswoman Elfridge. Your support has helped get us across the finish line. This federal investment is one of the final pieces that has truly been a complex puzzle of Artist Flats, Toby's Dinner Theater, and the County Arts Facility. We're deeply grateful to have you as partners as we work to deliver 174 units of much-needed homes right here in downtown Columbia. We all know that because we read about it and we feel it every day, that we are in the middle of a housing shortage. That's true here in Howard County, across Maryland, and across the country. And the shortage is especially severe when it comes to homes people can actually afford. At Artist Flats, 87 of the 174 apartments will be affordable, serving individuals and families across a broad range of incomes. This location really matters because residents will be close to major roads, transit and jobs, and walking distance of the library, the mall, the Meriwether Post Pavilion. It is an opportunity to live in the heart of a community with access to everything Howard County has to offer, including its outstanding schools. But this project is more about housing, it's about opportunity. We know one of the most effective ways to break the cycle of poverty is to give families, and especially children, access to communities like Columbia, places with rich resources, culture, and opportunity. Right here, you have institutions such as Toby's and the Columbia Center for Theatrical Arts, where young people can discover their talents. You have our central library, strong employment centers, and the community that brings all of these assets to life. The Housing Commission will work along local nonprofits and the county to make sure that residents, every member of every family, has a chance to thrive. Because it's all about a stable home. An affordable, safe, healthy home means parents can spend more time with their children. It means that they don't have to choose between rent, food, and medication. And we know that when children grow up in stable housing, they do better in school and life. None of this will happen alone. Projects like this are possible because of strong relationships and partnerships at the federal level, the state level, and right here at home. We're grateful for our federal delegation, to Governor Moore and Housing Secretary Jake Day, to Senator Gazzoni, Senator Hester, Delegate Moreno, and County Executive Calvin Ball, the County Council, and the residents of Howard County for their continued support. So again, thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you back here for the first and opening of new Toby's next year, and then for the ribbon cutting at Artist Flats. Thank you very much, and I'm introducing Lang Dang, from the director of the Chinese American Parents Association.
Good morning. Thank you, County Executive Ball, Senator Van Hollen, and the Congresswoman Elfis for your leadership and for being here today. Recently, parents shared how our Tech Girl programs impact her daughter, Aliyah, a fourth grader. What began as a curiosity about how things works quickly grew into a real excitement for hands-on learning. She started looking forward to every session, especially the project, like testing how many books their group's bridge can hold on, and working through real engineering challenges. What stood out most was what happened at home. She began running her own experiment, asking her family for materials so she could keep exploring and confidently explain what she learned. This is a kind of curiosity, confidence, and initiative we hope to nurture in many more students through STEM Forward. On behalf of Chinese American Parents Association of Howard County, I would like to express our sincere gratitude for your support in securing this federal investment for our STEM Forward project. For over a decade, CAPA has worked to expand access to educational opportunities for families in our community, especially for those who may face language, cultural, and economic barriers. This funding represents an important milestone for our organizations, also for the families we serve in our community. Through STEM Forward, we will build on the success of our existing programs, including Tech Girls, to provide more students with access to STEM learning. We will expand partnership with local schools. Here I want a special thank you for the County Executive Kevin Paul for your YEP program, like Youth Engagement Program. We received funding for the past 3 years. That's the great support for our Tech Girl program. So right now, every year, we provide service to more than 12 schools and more than 200 students. So through this STEM Forward funding, we want to kind of double our access double our outreach to all the schools and students. And we want to double the partnership with local schools, and we want to develop engaging curriculum and STEM learning kits. So we have planned to partner with the University of Maryland Engineering Department. We send our high school tutors partner with their college students to develop more STEM kits for our students. and we want to create more opportunities for students to explore coding, robotics, and real-world problem solving. Most importantly, this investment allows us to reach more students who may not otherwise have access to these opportunities. We want every child, regardless of background, to feel confident, capable, and inspired to pursue the interest in STEM. We also see this as an opportunity to strengthen community connections. Through mentorship, volunteer engagement, and partnerships, we will continue building a supportive ecosystem where students, family, and educators can grow together. We deeply appreciate for the trust and the support from our federal and local leaders. Your commitment to investing in our youth is truly an investment in the future of our community. We look forward to working together to bring this vision to life so that more students like Aliyah have the opportunities to grow through STEM. And at the last, I want to thank you, our team, our CAPA teams, our supportive board member, our funding President Jing, and our tech manager in here. And also I want to thank you for the staff member from Senator office and the Congress office. Probably the first time I saw many of them. We've been emails through a long time so to go through this complex process. So I want to thank you for their help. I hope we can work together to bring this great project to our county to make more students have a better life to through STEM the interest. Okay, thank you so much.
So that concludes the remarks, and now we're going to have a check presentation.
So we've stepped into the dinner theater. We've come out of the grand lobby, where I imagine guests will assemble in a pre-function capacity and have cocktails from time to time. We're into the dinner theater now, which is a round setup, which has been sort of a staple of the Toby's performance for since its inception, right? And maybe Mark can tell us a little more about the nature of the round performance. You can see we've got a big scaffold set up right now that allows a lot of overhead work to be done efficiently. A number of trades are working overhead, and then the scaffold will come down, and you'll see us start to build out all the interesting features of the seating tiers that you see here. We're actually standing over a part of the project where we went roughly 2 stories below grade. And here in Howard County, you have a lot of subsurface rock. So we actually went about using dynamite to blast through that rock, break it up, and make the excavation much more efficient. We were able to do that in close proximity with the operating Tobys, much to Mark's dismay. I imagine the performances might have gotten a little bit of extra blasting noises from time to time, but it allowed the construction excavation to go very efficiently, and we were very much on schedule and doing very well in that regard. So yeah, without further ado, our next stop is we're going to go up a stairway, and we'll get onto the mezzanine level and have a good sort of bird's eye view of the theater. Gotcha. Gotcha.
This is 1.5 where they come up for lighting control booth and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's like mechanical, this is a mechanical room. The space is all mechanical equipment, the air handlers and things like that. On that side, as you look through, there's a control booth where Mark's people can adjust the lights and sounds and everything from that booth, looking down over the theater through an access window. At present, all we see is the top of the scaffold, but you'll be able to see down into the tiers. There'll be 2 wings of the artist flats, so when Toby's goes away, one wing of it goes that way. The other wing of it actually goes over our heads here. So we'll be operating the theater in the new space and actually building over top. So we've got some really interesting challenges and strategies put together to keep a sound roof over the theater while we build part of the apartment building over top. So that's going to be fun, a lot of fun. Sound barrier in the new theater is going to be much more solid too. It's highly engineered, so you probably won't even know we're up there. We'll be good upstairs neighbors.
Everyone hear that? We have that.